It is no longer an excuse to go ahead and make bad AI UGC. You have ones that look like this, which are just honestly terrible. They don't convert, they don't actually get the product across, and there's so many mishaps that people are distracted from what it's actually supposed to do. Whereas now you can go ahead and make ultra realistic ones which perform 10 times better, and frankly, if you're not using that kind, you're simply falling behind because everyone is switching towards them now. The truth is, it doesn't really come down to script, it doesn't really come down to the AI model, it comes down to how you actually produce these videos. You don't have to have a reference model anymore, you don't have to, put in your own script. It's just about getting the details right and knowing what AI engine you should be using at what time. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. Not only am I going to show you how to make ultra realistic videos with already created models, but I'm also going to show you how to make them yourself and really characterize exactly what you want out of an image. And your efficiency will go through the roof once you understand what I'm about to show you here. People think it costs more, people think that, it doesn't make any sense because you can hire a real one instead. But I'm telling you, for the fraction of a price, these ultra realistic creators that yes are AI, but you can put out on bulk constantly, are gonna outperform basically everyone in the new meta update, which is Andromeda, by the way. And for those who don't know, you need to make as many possible in the shortest amount of time, simply to test as many different scripts, hooks, backgrounds, locations, whatever it may be. So with that being said, let's just get straight into it, and I'm going to show you all the ins and outs of how to write these prompts, how to select the characters, and so on and so forth. Okay, so as we can see, we're inside of MakeUGC. This is the platform that we're going to use for today's tutorial. We can just go over here, and by the way, there's a link in the description, very easy. You can do your couple first video for literally $1. We're going to come down to the talking actors section over here. And basically what we're going to start off with is the image generator. Now, this is where you go ahead and create real images like this. And what we're going to use is specifically GPT image 2. This one's going to create the most realistic results. And in general, I'm going to do text to image because we don't actually have a reference image that we want to include here. But it's going to perform the best. Now, what we really want to do here is be really specific about what we want. Now, luckily, I've gone ahead and done this multiple times. Now, if you look here, I've got a pretty good prompt lined up so that something like this will be super easy to go ahead and generate. So let's just look at the prompt so we can generate very similar results. First of all, we say ultra realistic, iPhone styled lifestyle photo of a young woman sitting down outdoor modern cafe / restaurant. So we establish the basics straight off the bat. Then we have to look at her long, smooth hair. What do we want her to look like, and so on. We need to really tone down on all the small details that you want to know. For example, the makeup, the blush, the lip gloss, whatever it may be, and exactly what she's wearing too. You can see here, we want a strapless light gray tube top, and she's got that on. And she's got the same soft pink pattern skirt as well. So all of this is included. Thin gold necklaces, all this kind of stuff. And that's because we want to include that on this app, which is a clothing app. So we want to have that directly correlated. Then we need to talk about where she is seated, wooden table, what the frame actually looks like, medium, close up, whatever it is. The environment, including the lighting, strings of lighting on the ceiling, modern decor, so you want to make sure that everything fits in with the ambience, and then also slightly blurred people in the background, so simply saying that there's some depth of field here and that the camera should do that naturally. She's looking directly into the camera, confident, relaxed, talk about her expressions and the way that she feels, looks, and so on. And then saying that she's holding a smartphone towards the camera, angled slightly towards like the people in the screen, so to speak. So fully visible, phone screen display and everything. And then we're going to show minimal design, UI design, which is going to be in that phone. So what we see over here. Then we want to talk about her wine glass in the other hand, reassure everything about the lighting, shot on iPhone, the aesthetic, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this up. We're going to do it in a different situation. Now, I don't know what situation we're going to follow for what certain product. So in this case, we're going to go to Claude over here and we're going to just paste this in simply like that. We're going to recreate this exact same prompt. So we just need to write that out real quick. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done here is I've simply just taken this full prompt. You can go ahead, write it yourself or ask Claude to do this. And then underneath, I've just said, look, recreate this prompt with the detail, blue eyes, blonde hair, and she sat outside in a park holding a pink Stanley bottle. So now we just simply press generate. You can see we have the exact same prompt here. We're just going to simply copy that and we're going to go back to MakeUGC and we're going to put it into the prompt. Now, the amazing thing is if you were to do image to image, in this case, you would simply go ahead and upload the product image, so the Stanley bottle, but because it's very well recognized, it's easy to even just do it text to image like it is doing so here. Now, quick thing to take note of is to change it to portrait straight away, and then we're gonna just increase the quality ever so slightly. We're gonna generate the image just like that. And from previous results, you can tell that ChatGPT has the best image generator right now compared to if you look at Google, like Nano Banana 2 here. It's not as good. So we're gonna just stick to using ChatGPT for now. Okay, so now we have the second image over here. We have it all done and we can see it looks really, really good, super realistic. So with that being done, we can go back to our homepage here. We can go to our folder and we're gonna simply go to the scenes section over here. We're gonna upload the starting frame. We're gonna go to the assets and it's gonna be there already. So we just press save. And now we have the second task. We're gonna go back here and we're gonna paste this new prompt that I basically come up with for the last video that we also did. So in this case, we're gonna basically match it, the prompt before. So this is essentially the same prompt, but instead for video version. And we've changed ever so slightly just to make sure that all the stuff is correct. Now we're gonna do the same here. So what we've done here, we have the full script all done. Okay, so what we've done here, we have the full prompt. What I've just said here is, this is the video version of it. Can we copy the prompt for the new image? And we just created, and we just wanna make sure that it's 15 seconds long so that we make sure that's all makes sense. So we have this. As we can see, this is all copied. We're gonna just go over it so you know exactly what's going on. But what we're gonna do in the meantime is just copy this. We're gonna go back here, we're gonna paste it in, and we just wanna minimize that. Now we have some space left, but this should be perfect. Now what we're gonna change is we're gonna put it to Kling version 3.0, and then make sure that it's in portrait, of course, and then we're gonna change it to 15 seconds, just to give that extra room. We simply go ahead and generate the video. Now in the meantime, I'm gonna run you through the prompt right now. So ultra realistic vertical video, we just make sure that the aspect ratio is 100%. TikTok style, static camera, no movement, eye level, medium tight shot, upwards, no text overlays, no caption, no SFX. And the reason why you need to clarify that is because if not, it might add it. And the reason being is because if you're copying some sort of TikTok style, something like that, those kind of ads, and that's what you will simply get. So in this case, we didn't want that. We wanted ultra realistic, look super smooth. And we just have all the details filled in exactly like in this prior one over here, this prior image generated one. And then we have a simple understanding of what kind of voice, how crisp it should be, her movements, all that kind of stuff. So you can read through this, you can pause, read through this, and then also have the script here at the end, just so you know exactly what we're looking for when it comes to what she's saying and so on. 15-second duration should be really good. Now that's gonna take just a second to go ahead and generate. In the meantime, I'm going to show you where the library of these people actually are. Now, in this case, what we can do is we're going to keep it on Nova 2.0. We're going to use kind of a similar situation and go to add actors here. And inside of MakeUGC, you have all of these actors already gone ahead and made for you. So in this case, if you want a real UGC creator like these people over here, these are taken from actual humans. Whereas if you want them stylized, this is kind of that AI, very modern look that we are going for in the videos that we're creating now. So this is what you can do. You can simply press OK. Now you have them in here. You can go ahead, change up the voice, change up clarity, all this kind of stuff. And we can just simply use the scriptwriter to talk about a Stanley product. Then we do a product review just to make sure. We say generate this as a script. So we're just gonna wait 1 second for that. You'll see the video in the background there is loading. And just like that, we have our script fully done. In the meantime, you can also go ahead and literally select as many as you want. We can generate over 5 in one time, but we're gonna stick to her as we did just before. Now we generate the voice right after. So this is the most important part. You have to go ahead and generate the voice, change it up, change to what you want. You can even change the human that is doing it and have a little preview.
Get the Stanley bottle hype. I've tried a bunch of keeps it
cold. So sounds really good. We can just keep that as it is, and then we can simply go ahead and generate. Now you might be thinking, well, it's not holding the product. Maybe the background's not exactly how you want it to be, but this is really good for, let's say, a green screen overlay where you just want them to be in the bottom corner talking about the product, look realistic, or do some sort of story time, whatever it may be, over the B-roll in your ad. Now, lastly, I'm going to show you through the content library. Now, this is where you have some of the best tools, to be honest, because if you have a certain product, let's say you have something to do with beauty, you have so many videos that you can go ahead and simply swap out your product with the one that is in the video. So Let's say you want a ultra realistic video about your skincare brand or something like that. We can literally just take this and swap it out for your product with the new script and so on and so forth. So what we do is we're going to select something as close to, you know, a Stanley bottle as possible. Maybe in the accessories, no. And just look at the all section and we can just find something where it has a bottle or something like that we can go ahead and replace it with.
Hi. Okay, this is one of those things I started using this in my routine.
My face is... Okay, wait.
So all of these are really good when it comes to the specifics. Now, even stuff like this, you're going to be able to swap out the bikini if you are selling them, or a cap like this one over here. So there is literally 100 different ways that you can go ahead, promote your products very quickly, very easily. You don't have to worry about the prompting and everything like that. In the meantime, we're going to check out the scene that we already created here.
Okay, I have to tell you about this app. It's called Froze Finds. Every outfit I've been wearing lately, all from there. I found this whole look in like 2 minutes. The styles are so good and everything is so affordable. Use code PARK20 for 20% off your first order. Link is in my bio.
So this is really, really good. You can tell everything looks super realistic, sounds really good. The only problem is I forgot to change the script on this, or somehow Claude got it confused. So you just want to make sure, double check the prompt before you actually go ahead, upload it and whatnot. Now, of course, you can go ahead and change this yourself. Like, this is not a big problem, but you can see the result is super realistic, and that is what we're here for. This is the most important part. Now we're just going to go ahead and wait for this next video to be done. And if you want to do this in a different way, I could also recommend doing it through the product in hand feature right here. So it works in a very similar way, but in this case, you could create more scene kind of videos, or videos that have, you know, different angles, different shots, all those kind of things. And the best way you can do this is you can select from your assets. So you can go ahead, select her again. That's not a problem. Or you can go ahead and generate. You can do it quickly. I wouldn't recommend this, reason being, you use Nano Banana instead of ChatGPT. But let's say you go with the asset generator, then you can simply go ahead, upload the product. You get product in hand shots. You're gonna get all these different shots. And then you can go ahead and make different scenes from it. So what I mean by that is, for example, you'll have what the person will say, describing the scene, and then you can go ahead and add one more, and then you can go ahead and add one more. So different angles, different shots, etc., and so forth. You can then also select different voices. There's a bit more customization behind it. But generally speaking, doing it with a good prompt will get you far enough. And that's what I've shown you in today's video. So as we can see, we have the final result here, and we're gonna just check it out.
Okay, I finally get the Stanley bottle hype. I've tried a bunch of keeps it cold cups, and they always end up sweating everywhere, or my ice is gone by lunch. This one, I filled it this morning, and I can still hear the ice clinking hours later. It's sturdy, it feels premium, and the handle makes it weirdly easy to carry even when it's full. The straw is smooth, not that cheap plasticky kind, and it actually fits in my car cup holder, which is a deal breaker for me. Downside, it's not tiny, so it's a commitment. But if you want cold water all day with zero fuss, this is worth it. If you've been on the fence, this is your sign to try it.
So you can see that's extremely good. And if you're doing some sort of B-roll and you want some sort of ad, this is just great to have in the beginning, whatever it may be. And if you want to change anything, you can just always remix it. Super easy, change up the settings for the voice. Person who says everything, you can even connect it to 11 Labs, all that kind of stuff. So this is a really, really great platform, and there's so many more tutorials on this YouTube page. So make sure to go ahead, subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. Let me know exactly what you want to see for the next videos, because simply I'm here just wanting to make these videos to help you guys out. And of course, go ahead, check out MakeUGC, make your first video for $1. It's the cheapest you can find, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day, of course. So hope to see you on the inside.